Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 15, the Apostle Paul says, "Therefore be careful how you walk, not as unwise men, but as wise, making the most of your time, because the days are evil." So he would say, don't walk in darkness as the unwise do, as he had previously stated, but walk as children of light, walk in wisdom. And one of the ways that we walk in wisdom is by making the most of our time. And a parallel verse to this would be Colossians 4 and verse 5, where it says, "Conduct yourselves with wisdom toward outsiders, making the most of the opportunity." And so this is kind of a similar idea here, where we say, make the most of your time, or redeem the time, as it's most popularly remembered, and more of a literal translation there. But make the most of your time, redeem the time. And then the Apostle Paul gives a reason why we should make the most of our time. And it's not the way we would expect. Matter of fact, if we were writing the letter, we might say, make the most of your time because life is short, or make the most of the time because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But the Apostle Paul says, make the most of your time because the days are evil. In other words, times are desperate. This is the time for the children of light to shine. When it's the darkest, that's when you need light the most. And so the Apostle Paul would say, because the days are evil, because things are so desperate, we need to be busy about making the most of every opportunity that's provided us, and even creating opportunities to do good and to shine our light in this dark world. Oftentimes we look at the world around us and we do see that the days are evil, and we might complain about it. We might, wish that things were otherwise. But the Apostle Paul would say, well, if you see that the world is so dark and that everything is so bleak, then you need to make the most use of your time. You need to get busy shining the light and making a difference in the world, the Apostle Paul would tell us. And that's definitely true. When we see how dark, how bleak things are, it should motivate us then to make use of our time. Our generation, this day and age, has the most time thieves than any previous generation, I would guess. We have so much in our lives that just robs us of our time. We have electronic devices, we've got social media, we've got live streaming, we've got so many things that just kind of put us in a mode of shutting down and just letting the time pass, and really just absorbing things that don't really benefit us or benefit others. And we just kind of pass through the time. And before we know it, we look back on the week and, we didn't really make the best use of our time. And not that it's not appropriate sometimes to rest and relax and to enjoy the things that God's blessed us with, electronic devices and things like that. But if we're letting that override all of our free time, and we're not ever doing anything to shine our light in our community, in our state, or in our nation, or even internationally, if we have the opportunity, if we're not really getting busy about the things of the kingdom, and we're letting these things really just rob us of that time, then we need to take heart what the Apostle Paul is saying here, and we need to make the most of our time, recognizing that the days are evil. And so the question would be, what are we going to do today? How are we going to spend our time? How are we going to make the most use of our time today? What are some practical things that we can do to make the most of our time? Maybe it would be sitting down and writing out a schedule of the day to make sure that time and time again we're contacting the Lord, we're drawing close to Him, we're seeking out His will for the day. Some things we can't schedule, just things that pop up, that are opportunities that arise that we grab a hold of and we make the best of. But some of the things we can schedule, and we can say, you know what, I'm going to be intentional about doing good today. I'm going to encourage my neighbor, or I'm going to help out the neighbor across the street who's struggling right now, or I'm going to write a letter to someone to encourage them. Whatever it might be, just to say, you know what, I want to make the most of my time. yes, life is short, and that's a reason. And yes, I don't know what's going to happen to me tomorrow. That's a reason to make most use of my time. But also, I'm going to make the best use of my time because the days are evil. And this world needs the light of Jesus Christ shining through me so that the world can see that light and be drawn to the light, and that they themselves can become light so that the light will become all the more brighter and begin to dispel the darkness in this world. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.